In the secret room of wonder, where tears begin to fly, just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like the young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetry magic, a truly rare design. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. Killing about it, no, we won't stop. Move your romance at guitar. Get you crazy, get you wild. Dancing robot party style. Electric touch, shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. Yelling about it, no, we won't stop. Move your romance at guitar. Get you crazy, get you wild. Dancing robot party style. Got the moves at the way supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. Killing about it, no, we won't stop. Move your romance at guitar. Get you crazy, get you wild. Dancing robot party style. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. In the secret room of wonder, where tears begin to fly, just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like the young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetry magic, a truly rare design. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric touch, shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. Killing about it, no, we won't stop. Move your romance at guitar. Get you crazy, get you wild. Dancing robot party style. Electric touch, shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream. Killing about it, no, we won't stop. Move your romance at guitar.
Get you crazy, get you wild.
Dance the robot party style. The groove, I got the moves that get the way supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing the thought, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar.
Get it, get wild.
Dance the robot party style.
You will frequently visa to exchange. Hold you to the shared mind, visa to enslave. Dice story, you would think. Back and low, you frequently visa to exchange. Yeah, we blasting on some more the stress and spacecraft and stellar lessons. Peacefully started lesson. Miracle words looking like a session. Blueprints of war, the testing repented on stars confessing. Yo, we ruling this dimension. No gravity, just acting to the vention. Back and double frequent visa to machine. Back and double you will frequent visa to exchange. Hold you to the shared mind, visa to enslave. Dice story, you would think it attitudes me. Casting off in lessons, aliens. Trust in spacecraft and stellar lessons. Peacefully started blessing. Miracle war, we messin'. Leave Earth looking like a session. Blueprints of war, the testing repented on stars confessing. Yo, we broke. Man, many just tension. You laughed into the vention. Back and lonely. Tripping fees and true machine. Yo, we broke mention. Yeah, blasting off this aliens on Mars with space peacefully started blessing. Miracle war, we messin'. Leave Earth looking like a blueprint. The testing repented on stars confessing. Back and lonely, you will frequently visa to exchange. Hold you to the shared mind, visa to enslave. Dice story, you would think it as me. Yo, we ruling nature. Aliens are Martian, coming from the stars, yeah. I just saw the land, they on this plan. They got suits and they looking slick, way too advanced, yeah. They always talking in the language we don't understand. Jumping no way, car line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew us out throughout. On the floor, scrambling like. Nah, bro. Fuck me in the cosmic train. The cosmic train. Ain't no stopping us. Alien encounters, we will over us ago. Interstellar vibes. War speed, no fuss. The spaceships zooming. War trails glow. I think beat bumping. Every we go from over the galaxy on lock. Baby signals, but we ain't shook no shot. Ray guns blazing, space suits tight. Aliens far flexing, yeah, they on the night. Aliens are Martian, coming from the stars, yeah. I just saw the land, they on this planet, yeah. They got suits and they looking slick, way too advanced, yeah. Always talking in the language, sin. Just gonna spit a hard line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew us out. On the floor, scrambling like. Nah, bro, what the fuck up? Me in the cosmic train. Me and you in the aliens are Martian, coming from the stars, yeah. The land, they got suits and they look way too which we don't understand. Just no spaceship and no way. Car line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew us out throughout. On the floor, scrambling like. Not for Kyrie. Me and you, cosmic right. In the cosmic battles, we moving fast. Aliens got rhythm, gonna make it last. On red dust, we ride or die. Me and my crew, super. They walk with swagger, gravity don't faze them. Lights flashing bright, can't help but amazing. Throwing signals, digital rays. In the
a spell and shot connected to witches, connected to witches, to witches. A vampire shadow demon, predator of children. A faceless shadow demon, faceless shadow demon. A vampire shadow demon, a vampire shadow demon, predator of children. Leader of all evils.
Sleeping dread, irrational suspect. You make some others pain in the dark of the flame. I got to be best to let Lamas do it. With no it hides not the strength of face the name. The true sense of system trials. Visions with a neural drive. First in that in night, struggle. Large internal fights. On these stairs, make the change. It is not the theory, man.
Bell connected to witches. Connected to witches. A vampire shadow demon. A vampire shadow demon. Predator of children. A faceless shadow demon. Faceless shadow demon. Vampire shadow demon of children. The leader of evil spirits of the air.
electrifying, buzzing, buzzing. Hearts intensifying, pumping, pumping. Joining for the ride, girl. Love's electrifying, buzzing, buzzing. Hearts intensifying, pumping, pumping. Joining for the ride, girl. In the sick, sick film of wonder, where tears begin to fly. Just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like the young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetic magic, a truly rare design. Electric teaching, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric teacher, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Get you crazy, get you wild.
dancing robot party style. Electric teacher, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Get you crazy, get you wild.
dancing robot party style. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Get you crazy, get you wild.
dancing robot party style. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream. In the sick, sick film of wonder, where tears begin to fly. Just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like the young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetic magic, a truly rare design. Electric teaching, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric teacher, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, roll by love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Get you crazy, get you wild.
dancing robot party style. Electric touch and shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
I know we won't
Man, I can tell you
why.
the robot style. Bit running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing I know we won't stop.
Move your romance, I can talk.
Get you crazy, get you wild.
Dancing robot party style. In the sick film of wonder, where tears begin to fly. Just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like the young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetic magic, a truly rare design. Electric touch and shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric touch and shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing I know we won't stop.
Move your romance, I can talk.
Get you crazy, get you wild.
Dancing robot party style. Electric touch and shining light, we're swinging through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing I know we won't stop.
Move your romance, I can talk.
Get you crazy, get you wild.
Dancing robot party style. Got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing I know we won't stop.
Move your romance, I can talk.
Get you crazy, get you wild.
Dancing robot party style. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock and thunder, robot love, living in a dream. the sick, sick film of wonder, where tears begin to fly. Just you and me and fantasies beneath the starry sky. Our heartbeat like a young me, with rhythm so divine. I love this poetic magic, a truly rare design. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, roll by love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Getting crazy, getting wild.
dancing robot party style. Electric touch, shining light, we're swimming through the night. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at
Getting crazy, getting wild.
dancing robot party style. Our love's like a motor, keep it running, keep it tight. You got the groove, I got the moves, together we're supreme. Shock is thunder, robot love, living in a dream.
Killing the vibe, no, we won't stop.
Move your romance at guitar,
Get crazy, getting wild.
dancing robot party style.
You will frequently feast to exchange. Hold you through the shared mind, visa to a slave. Dice story, you would think your attitude's me. Back and know that you will frequently feast to machine. Yeah, we blasting off in lessons. Aliens on Mars with stressing. Spacecraft and stellar lessons. Peaceful started blessing. Lyrical war we messing. Leave Earth looking like a session. Blueprints and bars of testing. Repetitive on stars confessing. Yo, we ruling this dimension. No gravity, just tension. Galactic intervention. Back and know that you will frequently feast to machine. Back and know that you will frequently feast to exchange. Hold you through the shared mind, visa to a slave. Dice story, you would think your attitude's me. Yeah, we blasting off in lessons. Aliens on Mars with stressing. Spacecraft and stellar lessons. Peaceful started blessing. Lyrical war we messing. Leave Earth looking like a session. Blueprints and bars of testing. Repetitive on stars confessing. Yo, we ruling this dimension. No gravity, just tension. Galactic intervention. Back and know that you will frequently feast to machine. Yo, we ruling this dimension. Yeah, we blasting off in lessons. Aliens on Mars with stresses. Spacecraft and stellar lessons. Beats from starting blessing. Miracle war, we messing. Leave Earth looking like a session. Blueprints of bars and testing. Repetitive on stars confessing. Black and gold and you were free. They feast to exchange. Hold you to the shared mind. Visa to a slave. Dice story, true and thinking attitudes me. Yo, we ruling this dimension. Aliens on Mars, coming from the stars, I just saw the land, they eat on this planet, They got suits and they looking slick, way too advancing, They always talking in a language we don't understand. There's no spaceship in no way, car line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew his ass out, on the floor, scrambling like, nah bro, what the fuck up, me and the cosmic train. Me and you in the cosmic ray. We're cruising through the Milky Way. Ain't no stopping us. Alien encounters, we will overdose of them. Interstellar lives. War speed, no fuss. And the cosmic ring of kings adjust the helm. Spaceships zooming. War trails glow. Cosmic beat bumping everywhere we go. From Mars to Jupiter, galaxy on lock. They be sending signals, but we ain't shook no shot. Ray guns blazing. Space suits tight, aliens far flexing, yeah they on the night. Aliens on Mars, coming from the stars, I just saw the land, they eat on this planet, They got suits and they looking slick, way too advancing. They always talking in a language we don't understand. There's no spaceship in no way, car line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew his ass out, on the floor, scrambling like, nah bro, what the fuck up, me and the cosmic train, me and you in the cosmic ray. Aliens on Mars, coming from the stars, I just saw the land, they eat on this planet, They got suits and they looking slick, way too advancing, They always talking in a language we don't understand. There's no spaceship in no way, car line, let's race to the end. Laser guns, blew his ass out, on the floor, scrambling like, nah bro, what the fuck up, me and the cosmic train, me and you in the cosmic ray. In the cosmic battles, we moving fast. Aliens got rhythm, gonna make it last. On red dust, we ride or die. Me and my crew shooting for the sky. They walk with swagger, gravity don't faze them. Lights flashing bright, can't help but amazing. Throwing signals, digital rays. In the Martian night we set ablaze.
A spell and shadow demon connected to witches. Connected to witches. To witches. A vampire shadow demon. A vampire shadow demon. Predator of children. A faceless shadow demon. Faceless shadow demon. A vampire shadow demon. A vampire shadow demon. Predator of children. the leader of all evil spirits of the air.
Sleeping dread, irrational suspect. You make some others pain in the dark of the flame. Unassuming pestilence, lava's tooth, deadly presence, hitting it without the night. It on her flat in the night, starts a strength to face the name. The true sense of sits and trails, visions stripped on neural tries. Sickness flowing from the lies, demons rest in dark nights. Shadow lies, eternal fights, on these stairs, break the chains. It is not the fear remains.
A spell and shadow demon connected to witches, connected to witches, to witches. A vampire shadow demon, a vampire shadow demon, predator of children. A faceless shadow demon, faceless shadow demon, a vampire shadow demon, a vampire shadow demon, predator of children. the leader of all evil spirits of the air.
About over and over again, relentlessly smash that notification and subscription, the two buttons. We blast away, however, here down in Skullport Harbor with our blunderbuss virtual weaponry and muskets and what have you. So look out for those cannons. You don't want those to unload on you. It could be big trouble, of course. So liking, commenting, sharing, remembering to pass word along to friends, family, and co-workers. That's a few of the ways you can help us out. engage the show and support what we're doing here. So always appreciate it. Okay. In the meantime, as we roll along here via these high, often all too intrepid digital seas, over to the co-hosts and commentators, friends and of the show and commentators that we have on board this go round. Looking at initially it was just Vinny out of Brooklyn, but we've got Sonia now out of Phoenix, Arizona, and Yvonne, courtesy of Coquitlam, Vancouver, Canada. So before we get a chance to bring the three of you on camera, we've got to tend to a few behind the scenes
this week via the archived end of things
matters. So
and Roger Hansen now
why
too.
don't each of you have at it, starting? I don't know if you want to do it alphabetically
on Teams. We've only got 60 minutes before they shut us down, and we have to boot up another hour. Just the way they've got their format and approach running at present, after having transitioned from Skype into what they are calling Microsoft Teams. Wonderful. So, Yvonne, why don't we hear from you first? It's mostly because you're kind of we never know how long we're going to have you and when you're going to take off. So, in fact, you know what? Why don't we do you a solid, and we'll bring everybody up on camera. I'm not sure if you'd go so far as to say actually that I lied, but just rethinking things here, it makes sense to maybe let people take a look at who they're dealing with exactly. So have at it, Yvonne.
How you doing there, Jaffe?
Just peachy, just wonderful. So have at it, introduction time, round the horn, and
sure.
We'll see where it leads from there.
My name's Yvonne. I'm in Coquitlam, Canada. Happy to be here. And I work as an interfaith pastoral counselor and life coach. And, first half hour is always free. And harpo.ca is our website. I'll post that. And if you have any questions or want to have a quick half-hour session, try it for free. It won't cost you anything. Feel free to engage me. I'm a friendly guy. And everything's confidential. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to assess the situation. So remember, there's hope. And we focus on mystery and grace. Thank you.
There is hope, and it's not just that little town a few miles north of Vancouver, is it?
No. Isn't that where First Blood was filmed?
I think it was. You're also coming through that we're addressing during the pre-show tech check end of things, that Honeywell bleed. I'm not sure what the deal is, if it's a new set of is it a headset or what it could be. It's a little staticky. It's a little staticky. No.
I turned off the Honeywell.
Oh, did you? Oh, it's still the same. It's like a fan or something is blowing. Is there a wind blowing through your apartment? That's really odd. Now, is that a new headset you're wearing?
Oh, really? I have this snowball thing I can.
Yeah. Let's try to maybe mute yourself out, boot that up. Yeah, mute yourself out.
Anyways, thanks a lot.
You betcha. Thank you. Harpo.ca. We're always sure to add that to the archived end of things. So, all right, Sonia Galactic via Phoenix, Arizona. For people out there, the newbies, this may be their first time listening to the show. Let's hear a little bit about you and galacticfire.com.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good?
We're doing okay. You're looking
Sweet.
pretty spiffy.
Oh, thank you. I think it's the background.
It's great.
I just want to let you know, Jeff, that there are some folks trying to comment upon the Facebook video, and it says that you have limited who can comment. So maybe you can fix that real quick.
Damn.
Also, I do not see a YouTube coming on, so I don't know what that's about.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah.
D Live actually they were D Live through Restream. That's because it's going through Beam and the Restream. We were monkeying around with things here behind the scenes, just kind of playing around, seeing what works and what doesn't. And so people hopefully just ask that they remain patient. If D Live doesn't work for you, maybe jump on over to Facebook or Telegram, which we'll be booting up here momentarily. Cool. And what else are we looking at? We've got D Live, Telegram, Facebook, YouTube. I thought there was one more actually, but anyways.
I think Roger's going out. Roger's going out on a few other ones, I think. So.
Well, that's okay, good stuff.
We got Teams as well. Okay, is that better?
Teams.
Yeah, that is better.
That is better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, that's cool. Way better. Like, yeah.
All right.
No, it was all the headphones and so you sound just perfect. Okay.
Wait.
So
just not much news going on at the moment, actually. But my birthday's tomorrow. That's pretty exciting. It's kind of new for me.
September 11th. What an awful time to have a birthday.
10th. I know it's the 11th for you or the 10th for you because you're in Korea. However, it is still the 9th here. So it's my birthday for you, but not for me yet.
Well, happy birthday to you. But what a downer after having such a great day on the 10th, and the next day it's
thank you.
Just it's so sad that that
yeah.
That's
that's kind of an everyday thing, huh? It's not like that, changes because we kind of know about that every day, that it drags on without truth being told, kind of thing.
Oh, you're talking about Israel's role in the whole business, kind of like with the Kennedy assassination, or have you dug down that far?
No, not necessarily. I just know it's BS. So
right, yeah.
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
The official story. There's always there's always the official story, and then there's the truth, right? So at least two versions of reality.
Right. It's kind of like reading the National Enquirer, for your news instead of a newspaper.
Here's what we want you to believe, and then again, here's how it really is. If you put, apply a little critical thinking.
But it's fiction, though. Of course, it has to be fiction. So,
Galactic Fire. Let's hear a little bit more about the website and the operations that you've got going on over there.
Well, I've just got some T-shirts up there, quite a few actually, and they're becoming more popular. Actually, I am going to be doing a little bit of taking a little marketing type of course, thanks to my friend Dan, who I met recently. And that should help a little bit, at least in organizing it a little bit more, and maybe reaching out to folks that aren't necessarily in the genre, this particular, I guess, truth genre, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's that. I'm excited about that, and I'll probably be revamping the website here pretty soon because of that.
Good.
So yeah, that's pretty much the only news that I've got. We've got Jahan this Friday coming on as a guest.
Right.
So that's pretty exciting. He has the Boundless Authenticity podcast.
That's right.
Very interesting guy for sure.
We'll be all about bapping this Friday, and not to be confused with. Don't slip up with those consonants, guys. If to switch out the B for an F, you could be in big trouble. End up with a whole weekend full of fapping. And last night, can you believe I actually finally first heard about gooning? Most people probably don't even know what that is yet. Never. It's just awful. I'm not even good. I'll leave it if you're really curious, you can do a little web search, and it's just it's a mental kind of disorder, basically a mental disorder. Unfortunately, people really out of balance. So, and that's what people like Yvonne, and I would say even most of the crew here are very helpful in providing support. Basically the resources, the skills, the insight, the abilities that we all have. Each of us are unique set of tools and history, of course, what we bring to each of the live streams and working together, collectively problem solve, but then on a one-to-one basis, working with others, maybe more behind the scenes. That so many people out there really, it's awful. The way people get caught up in all kinds of really sidetracked. Drugs is that's what Ozzy Osbourne talked about. There's two really great things. All the great memories I have of Ozzy and watching him perform, and also whether with Sabbath or as a solo artist or with the Osbournes or any of the interviews that he did. That talking about, if there's two things, what would you do differently if you had the chance to, just do it all over again? Is not do drugs. That was the number one. I think that was advice to some kids. He was quite honest about that too, and he'd been pretty clean and sober for a while. Although we always struggled, it's really difficult for some people, clearly. So, and the second one was as a musician to practice. He said that to a young musician fan of his who's really quite sweet. The way that his fan approached him and his response was really, really beautiful. So #good karma wherever you are. Ozzy. John, I think, was his first name, was it not? John Osborne? But anyways. Yeah, he's a born entertainer and
Not
comedian. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
But
But
I think his first name.
what's that?
Keith, I believe, was his first name.
Heath. I don't. You have to look it up. I don't think that was it at all, actually. But to John Osborne, but John Michael, John Michael. Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, and we could potentially be having Robert Morningstar drop in with us here for the second hour. So stay tuned for that, folks. Host of the Morningstar Report, show that he puts out at least twice a week, typically via RBN, the RBN network, Revolution Radio, HomeNetwork.tv, and a multitude of other places where people are able to hear his voice, his take, and breakdown of any number of the week's latest news of the week, or for that matter, just more long-standing issues that have been impacting society for a whole number of years. But Roger Hansen, yeah, so I think it was Sonia that just mentioned how, we're having issues with reaching these other platforms. You've got us covered in some ways, though, with what you're doing there, the simulcasting and syndicating of the show.
I've got it on, I'm also streaming it on Rumble, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and share it on TLB Talk too, as well.
What's TLB Talk stand for?
Oh God, I forgot the actual what the initials stand for, but it's the, I don't know, the freedom something. Yeah.
No, you said TLB. I'm thinking, could somebody come up with think of the acronym? This could be fun. It's like a one pirate doubloon to the first person who comes up with something creative and innovative. So
all the red pills like to go on there, so I figured I would.
Oh, red pills.
So I figured I'd
I
put it
see.
on there. PSEC and all them. They
The it the platform itself, it's called TLB.
TLB. It's the Liberty Broadcast Talk.
Ah, the Liberty broadcast, or
Yeah.
or the Liberty. Yeah, sure. Right. Okay. Good.
So
Excellent. Thank you.
I just
So hopefully.
I figured it was worth doing because I'm not really posting anything else online here lately. So and I'm trying to stay away from a lot of these media outlets like Facebook and X and all them because
Oh yeah. Social media. Why is that?
just a bad influence.
The Liberty broadcast.
Hang on a second. We're going to mute ourselves out here as we
Or the-
get ourselves. Okay, there we go. Just getting Telegram up and running. So, what were you saying about the bad influence of some of these outlets and platforms?
Well, all of them, to be honest, you get
How so?
you get caught up in
Yeah.
the crazy Facebook things where all these people you know is posting, oh, this is happening and that's happening, and oh my goodness, my finger, I just stubbed my toe. I miss my mama. She's been dead 30 years and I just miss my mama.
Well, yeah, I limit my time as well as most of you.
I do have something cool though that I did figure out today.
What's that?
I was doing my my modeling on Blender, and I'm listening to Mark Watashek's or Watashek's.
Drigas of Drigas Production. Yeah, Mark of Drigas. That's right.
I was listening to his music that he sent me, and he actually did a song about his mama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
AI, I guess, right?
Yeah, something to do with like ghost and everything, and then he was in the song. It was about he was just talking about his mama, the way his mama used to do things and stuff. I'm like, he just made a mama song, dude. Dude's crazy.
Do you know that when I was in Canada, speaking of mamas, my mother passed away this past January, and I could be mistaken. I wouldn't really call it a nightmare so much as I was staying at my sister's place up in the central interior of British Columbia. Great spread that they've got there. She's a wealthy-ish, well-to-do, shall we say. Not wealthy, just pretty well-to-do. Her and her husband, now especially empty nest. They got that dink income that they're working, You ever heard of the dink incomes?
Nuh-uh.
Double income, no kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they got some major dink action happening there in the homestead.
So this Friday, are we? No.
But hang on, let me finish the story before we get with Friday.
Okay.
I was sleeping upstairs, and there's this place out in the country. Basically, it's a beautiful little spread, right with right under where you've got planes coming in, bush planes as well as larger carriers like Air Canada and that sort of thing, a couple times a day, I guess. And you pray to God those things stay up in the air, because if they don't, they're like right there in the crosshairs of where there could be all hell breaking loose. But I was up on the second floor, and it was pretty comfortable, really beautiful, all counts really. But I woke up in the middle of the night this one evening, and there was it seemed to me I perceived this kind of murky, muddy, dark-ish sort of presence mm, there by the bed, to my right side,
Mm-hmm.
the right side of my bed. And it just had like a ghostly kind of feel to it for sure. It could just be the mind playing tricks on itself, or it might have been something a little otherworldly. My sense, my takeaway from that, though, and I might be wrong, but it was that it had something to do with the spirit of my deceased mother, who had passed away in January, once again, back in January. So, you know, I've had that sort of experience, not with her. That was the first time where I've something like that with her has, been what I experienced, but other spectral forms, I guess, ghosts or what have you, that I've seen over the years, usually standing around my bed,
Mm-hmm.
just different, or even just different energy forms, sometimes in pretty clear form. I think one of the first was a young child back in Canada when I was still living there. It was like a young girl, maybe about, I don't know, 9 years old, perhaps. Almost, I think, as I recall, it's like old fashioned type clothing. It could have been like somewhat dated, like an old dress, a farm dress or something like that. Who's to really say? I mean, that was my impression, at least. And yeah, just let out a yell, kind of borderline scream, actually. You're like, what the fuck? Ah! You know,
Mm-hmm.
hey, ah, hey, ah, whoa. So I don't know. I think Sonia would probably. This is kind of more her wheelhouse than anyone's, presumably. But what's your take on all this, Sonia? Even like with energy, like balls of light and
Hmm.
energy uh, that
I
people
don't know what that was.
witness and perceive. I've seen writing appear as well, like this ancient writing appear on one occasion
Well, you've
on the
you've
wall
you've
next to
talked
us here, where it looked like Martian
you
or
talked
something.
to you
They're
talked to
strange.
Sonia about death though before, haven't you?
About death?
Yeah, like she's something else, dude.
Oh, you
Like
mean like orgasm?
no death. Let her tell you.
Should we talking
Okay,
orgasm?
let her tell you.
Uh,
Well, well,
Yeah,
that.
wow.
Well, that's what the French call death is le petit mort. The orgasm is the little death.
like
Right. It's kind of a
You
different
know.
story, but yeah, heard
Seemed
that
to
before.
me, I
Yeah.
perceived this.
Okay, hang on. Sorry,
The
it's the same thing that we did with. It's one of these wonky things that we've got to work out with
Wonky.
wonky
Wonky.
on Facebook, similar to Telegram. Go ahead. Let's hear what you've got to say about death and
Oh my
what's he
gosh, that's
driving at exactly.
such a big topic. I'm really not sure exactly what Roger's driving at. He's always a mystery, which keeps him so so sought after, I think, as far as the podcaster community goes. He is. You never
Okay,
know what he's
Roger,
going to say. So,
Roger,
well,
what are you getting at, man? And
well,
set her straight.
last time I got into a conversation with Sonia about death, she told me that she feels that death is you don't have to die. You're actually being tricked into dying.
Oh, okay. And Yvonne's got his hand up. But finish your thought then, Sonia. Do you know what he's getting
thank
at
you.
now? You don't
I
have to
do.
die?
I do. Yeah, I do. Well, everything's a belief, right? And as within, so without kind of thing. And it's, if you ask me, it's like one of the biggest tricks of all is, or, deceptions of all is to, because folks around die. We're told that that's what you have to do. It's, and especially how other people's energies interact with your own, kind of thing, like in the ethers. For example, like if you're ill or you're in the hospital or something like that, and say the doctor tells you, oh, you got so many days to live. If you believe that, and we've all heard stories like this, but if you believe that, then that's gonna happen for the most part. Chances are, especially then when you have everyone around you, feeling this way, or believing this is going to happen to you. Even if you do get better, I mean, there's a good chance that you will still die, because everyone believes it as well as yourself, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So there's that. There's so many different aspects to this whole mind con or control thing, because it's really what it is, I think. Even just aging, and this is coming out too about aging, and as far as, and it's not like you can simply believe, oh, I'm 16 and you're just going to be 16. Obviously, that's not how it works. You have to be some sort of like a guru or master of your reality in order to have these things occur. But there are some people who, if they have the belief, I guess you could say, or the understanding of how things work, and they don't have all these other compounding type of things in their belief system that force this thing to happen, then you can actually look younger or even feel younger, and there's people who are like 200 years old in the world. Go ask them. I mean, there's obviously, if you ask me, as far as how long I've been looking into the mind control thing, and belief systems, and all the false shit that's out there, and all these examples we have, that's the conclusion I've come to, is that it's kind of a choice, and I could go into many other aspects of that, but like I said, it's probably a whole show in itself. So,
Well, I'll try to keep it real simple. Real simple, straightforward question. Do you know what the leading top number one cause of death is?
Pain.
Huh?
Pain.
Pain? No.
malpractice?
No. That's up there. That's up there
Yeah.
for sure. Malpractice.
Heart
Yeah.
attack.
Wait a
Preventable
minute.
death.
Surgery.
No.
You said this
No,
before.
that's
Right on gas.
Yeah, I've said this a few times. You're poor students, most of you.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
yes,
it was something to
but
do with the surgery, though, wasn't it? Where they mess
well,
up in surgery?
malpractice is a leading cause. Yes, there's no doubt about that, a contributing factor. But the leading cause of death, and it's not just a recent thing. It's
Not
been this way all down.
Not breathing.
You're getting closer now. It's been this way down all through history.
I know you said something like this. It's a trick question. I know this is a trick question now that I'm thinking.
The heart
No,
and
no, it's not really a trick question. It's a straightforward logic. Yvonne, what did you say? Do you want to take a
the
shot?
heart and mind stop.
That's, I guess, that's how you describe things, yes. But the leading cause of death, of course, is birth.
Oh, God, yes. I've heard you say this. I knew it was something like that. I knew it
Didn't
was.
John Cleese say life is a sexually transmitted disease?
No, I don't. Maybe that's a funny thing to say. Yeah.
Can I say something quickly? First, happy birthday, Sonia. Hope you have a good day, or had a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I might have. You're welcome. I might have said it before, but if I didn't, Jaffe, my deepest condolences, the death of your mother.
Oh yeah. Well, it was a long time coming.
My friend John Grimmett, my mom died a while back. He suggested something that I found really helpful. I don't know if you'd like it or not, but he said in the morning, what I did was I would get up and I'd take a candle, a photo of my mom, and I'd put it on the coffee table. I'd light the candle, and I just sat in front of it for 10 minutes first thing in the morning. And I just breathe and look at the photo and think of my mom, happy thoughts, kind of Reiki or something, and just meditated and felt what I felt, whatever mood I was in, just felt it. Said something if I felt like it. And I did that for about a month. And I found it helpful, like just saying goodbye that way. Just having a photo, lighting a candle, staring at the flame, staring at the photo, flame, photo. Anyways, for what it's worth, uh, you might find it beneficial. I don't know, but and death is very mysterious, and we're all living on borrowed time, and each day is a gift, and we need to live in the present. Thanks.
Right. Well, sounds good. I actually did set something up when she passed away, something very similar. We have like a little shrine here. And so I put something together. We wrote down the time, well, the date of her birth, where she was born, and then where she passed away and on what date, and got the wife to dress it up with a little bit of artwork and whatnot, and added a little gate para samgate bodhi svaha, which is from the Heart Sutra, which basically the essence, the core of that teaching, from what I understand, deals with how form is emptiness, and emptiness, form. Form is emptiness, emptiness, form. The top leading number one cause of death, birth. With no birth, no death. No death, no birth. So you're born into this world. We're all born to die. And as I guess Yvonne pointed out, yeah, it's like running on borrowed time, and let's try to do what we can to make the most of it. And I would argue produce as much good karma as possible, because who the hell wants to keep coming back in a worse predicament than before, where we end up passing away, looking back and kind of kicking ourselves for not having done as well as we could have, you know, in helping, not just working with our own, you know, improving our own lives. Of course, that's a pretty selfish way of looking at an approach, but reaching out and helping others. So I often think about the times in my life where I could have done more to help people, even just a small, in a small, you know, smallest kind of example, really, where I instead maybe, for whatever reason, chose not to. Sometimes they can get you into trouble too, don't forget. So you got to be careful. There's no doubt about that. But you can also be we can be a little too overly careful, cautious, and neurotic when it comes right down to it. So yeah, I don't want to be, I'd rather be, you know, cultivate and reap good, positive karma than not, you know, after all is said and done. And does everybody know what the word karma means?
I met her.
Hmm?
I met her. She's one hot mama.
Nope.
Karma love.
Nope. Oh, no, not really. I mean, that's a name, yeah, but I guess this would be a verb.
Yin and yang is just karma, basically. It's
No,
for
well,
every
kind of, but
action,
not.
there's a reaction.
Yeah, just one word though is what we're looking for here.
Consequences.
Close. Action.
Oh, action. Yeah, good call. That's
all
even
it
better.
means. But don't credit me. Just look to the Sanskrit. That's what the experts say. I'm not making this. It's not my own version of you know, of how it breaks down. That's what has been said. Thus have I heard, right? And that's the story. So, just action. Yeah, there we.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Hey, by the way, Jeffy,
all right.
I got Ethel Merman here to sing a
Yes.
happy birthday to Sonia. Come in, Ethel.
Okay, let's.
Happy
Ethel,
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sonia. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Thank you, Ethel.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm blushing.
it's a pretty gay Ethel. You know, not
Aren't they all gay?
Well, at least she's not retarded. Not retarded, but definitely gay. How about that?
Which Ethel, actually, though, it was that there's a couple of them. You talking about the old Ethel on the black and white TV shows?
Ethel Merman, yeah.
Yes. Cool. Good call, man.
What was she best known for, anyways?
Well, I believe Ethel Merman, she's the same one that was on Petticoat, right?
Could have been, yeah. She had that really, I don't know. I'm not an expert on Mermanology, as much as Vinny here is. So, yeah. But you mean Petticoat Junction, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That goes back a few years. Definitely. I mean, that's long before. I mean, when did that come out? That was like a big deal in the late 60s.
Petticoat Junction, yeah. Oh wait, no, Ethel Merman was the one on Lucille Ball. I just had to check it out.
Could have been, and she also she guested on the Muppets, if I'm not mistaken. I think she did. You could check that out as well. Zane Ivy here. Let's give a shout out to the people who are tuning in, checking out the show via the Peanut Gallery and beyond. Zane Ivy just saying that he came in, wondering who died. And actually, we're kind of
Hey Zane, love you, brother.
Limited in that area week, as far as I can see. There's not too many to speak of, other than the young Ukrainian lady who was stabbed on the train. So many just average, everyday, salt of the earth, normal people like such as ourselves, who you never hear about, of course. It's just the big name celebrities that really make the news in a major way, of course. But we're talking about my mother passing in January, and this young lady on the train. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's people being born and dying with every breath we take on this earth. I'm endlessly fascinated by that, actually. How, there's people making love, right? There's people using the bathroom. There's people doing very naughty things that they shouldn't be. Speaking of karma in the negative sense, and there's others that are just, I don't know, man. Like, and I think there's probably miracles taking place as well, like just spectacular, beyond what you would think could even be possible. Just magic occurring, which is, almost in the realm of the paranormal or supernatural, I guess, that we just take for granted. The conspiracies taking place each and every day, each and every minute, frankly, around the world, and most of which we have no idea of, you know. Just we've all seen those iceberg memes by now, I guess, right? So just think about how much, we never even, um, come to, get to the point of becoming conscious of. So David Wilkes, along with Zane, of course, and we've got, I thought I saw Svetlana over on D Live, along with DK Spiracy. Got a whole host of lurkers, as what we're pretty much accustomed to by now. Sign in, folks. Choose one of these platforms to sign into and have your voices heard. Unleash, let us know what your thoughts and comments happen to be, what questions you have on your mind. And speaking of which, Vinny has got his hand raised. You were going to talk about that young lady on the train. That's been making some pretty big news. We'd like to look at other, lesser known stories as well, but this simply because the media has its agenda. But this is it is a big story, obviously.
Well, it's strange that the media ignored it completely until about yesterday, right? When
Really?
when it exceeded their non-coverage, and they had to say something about it.
What do you mean by that exactly? How does that? What do you mean exceeding non-coverage?
Well, remember the George Floyd murder, right? That whole serpent in the rainbow game, right? They paraded that all around. So that
Serpent. I'm sorry. Hang on. Sorry to interrupt. Serpent in the rainbow. To clarify, because I'm sure there's listeners out there that are wondering, like, what is this? What does that mean? I'm not familiar with the term.
I call the George Floyd event the serpent in the rainbow psyop, because remember, George Floyd's not even dead. He's a Mason.
That's true.
And he's been seen alive. And
his family were all Boulay, were they not?
Yes.
Boulay Masons.
If you remember the movie The Serpent in the Rainbow with Bill Pullman, you remember that he was looking for a zombie drug. And eventually, in the movie, he was administered a zombie drug, which put him in a state of death for a short time. Then he was revived.
So you're saying this was all staged and orchestrated?
Completely. Remember Chauvin and Floyd knew each other for 17 years.
So where is this cop now then? That's right. They knew each other for quite some time, it seems. Where is this cop now then? The white cop, Chauvin.
Well, purportedly he's in jail.
Right. Okay, but think about, I thought there was talk about him being paroled or released, but also look at his name, like Chauvin, like as in chauvinistic.
Well, pretty much all the names give them away, right? All the names that they use.
Right. Was he a Mason as well?
French name.
A lot of cops are. A lot of cops are Masons. I'm not sure if he was or not. It'd be interesting, well worth looking into. What does it mean, Yvonne, Chauvin? What does that mean in English then?
I don't have a clue.
Okay, but it is a French name. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I wouldn't be surprised then if that's the case. He's got roots in the maybe Acadian family ties then, perhaps. Just a guess. Call it a hunch, but it would, given what you pointed out there. But go ahead, Vinny. Let's hear more, because we only got a few minutes, like 5 minutes. They're going to be shutting this down. We're going to have to cut away to commercial break.
Right.
To get the floor.
So once again, they played his so-called death scene all over the place, right? So we had the summer riots back in 2020.
Summer of love.
But this event, they pretty much kept quiet, right? If you do a media search for the amount of times that they talked about George Floyd as opposed to Irina Zatruska, right? It's a vast difference in numbers.
She was I just heard today too that she had Black Lives Matter paraphernalia all around her apartment.
Yeah, which is probably why she went and sat by that idiot thinking that she would be safe, right? It was exactly the opposite. situation.
Maybe that it was a good way to possibly that for like a hookup with the guy or something.
Imagine that, huh? Imagine that.
But
Talk
but
about fatal attraction, huh?
did you hear? I'm not sure if you did. I kind of bounced this off you briefly during the pre-show, the web tech, the audio end of things, as we normally try to do, even though we were running at least 20 minutes late, but that being, whatever the case may have been, that the FBI supposedly, I think this is according to Alex Jones, it caught him with, I guess, a space that he launched over on X, and discussing how the FBI had picked up at least two messages or statements that he made where he's saying the white girl is dead, or I got the white girl, or either
Well,
that or the white
that
girl
was in
dead.
one of the newly released videos that they put out. He
But
said
the
out
F,
loud. Yes.
but the FBI actually, how did the FBI get their hands on that
Well, you
before
have to
anyone
wonder.
else?
Well, think about this, right? Did you know that in 32 states in the United States, they elect magistrate judges who have no Juris Doctor. In other words, they have no real eye to what's legal, and they just let these idiots go. This idiot was let go 13 times prior. He committed 13 crimes for which he was arrested.
This is his 14th, then, was it?
14th. Imagine that.
Oh, okay. So I'd heard 14. It's whatever. It's so. But
It's
now
ridiculous.
this was not staged, was it? There's no like the girl is presumably she is like because that
Well,
art.
we pretty much saw her die on screen from the
Okay,
new footage.
there. Yeah, because it hit like, and the Quran apparently. Now Robert Morningstar mentioned something to me yesterday about how the Quran talks about like you target that part of the neck where you sever, penetrate.
Carotid artery.
Right,
Yes.
that's what it's called, is it? And that's you're in major trouble if that's the case.
You pretty much don't survive cuts to that artery. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, and it's a Muslim thing apparently too. I'm not sure if this guy was black Muslim necessarily. He, and how mentally unstable was he? On top of all of this, like, did he think that he was going to evade the CCTV that was, I mean, I'm surprised the CCTV was actually working, that it just didn't mysteriously, it must have been
Malfunction
working for a reason, right? It
Right.
must have been
Right.
working for a reason. If they wanted to malfunction, trust me, it would have. Do you remember Princess Diana?
Of course.
Guess what happened with all of those cameras that should have been working from the time where she left throughout the course of where the crash was. That I think most of them, the one in the hotel, there was a footage of her in I guess was at the elevator, and then at the crash site, I think there was footage, but everything in between, that's how the story goes, at least. So
it's just like 7-7, right?
yeah.
The trains, no footage. The one day they could use the footage, they didn't have any. It's just ridiculous.
That was the bombing or the attack in London outside. Remember the Tavistock Institute? The bus ends up outside the Tavistock Institute.
Isn't that amazing, huh?
Right. We got one more minute here. We're gonna cut. And 9/11, another example. Like, immediately the FBI swoops in and confiscates all the footage the video of
the missile.
Mostly I get it was the Pentagon. Yeah. So, and then of course same MO, same modus operandi, with the Kennedy assassination. A lot of those people, they never saw the their film was confiscated from the cameras that they had, many of them, and they never sent. Don't worry. Oh no, yeah, you'll get it back. Don't worry. We just have a little investigation to do here. Not. So there we go. But all right. Well, be sure to take a look at the talking points. Feel free to chime in with anything.
You heard about Chicago, right? All right, so let me go ahead and pop this up.
Yeah. So, and then of course, same MO, same modus operandi, with the Kennedy assassination. A lot of those people, they never saw their film was confiscated from the cameras that they had, many of them, and they never saw it again. Don't worry. Oh no, yeah, you'll get it back. Don't we just have a little investigation to do here? Not. So there we go. But all right. Well, be sure to take a look at the talking points. Feel free to chime in with anything you yourselves may have on your own. And there we go. I'm not sure why that's queuing up like that. That's really odd. Isn't that strange? Nobody touched any buttons there. Just decided to take off on its own. So, all right. Well, a little late with the start to today's live stream. Not exactly Tim Dillon. My God. He's a funny guy. And what the hell's going on here now? Tim Dillon is really a funny guy. And he's gay too, apparently. Can you believe that? A funny, fat, gay guy? How's that even possible? I mean, go figure. By the way, I'm saying that in jest for anyone out there, like YouTube, for example, that's not picking up on that. So, tongue firmly in cheek. Attempted a bad joke, but no, he cracks a lot of people up. Smart, witty, and definitely got his finger on the pulse. Fearless as well too. He's fearless. I guess the truth above all other things. He just wants some clarity to the situation, whatever it may be. So, anyways, who's another Judge Andrew Napolitano? Check out his marriage status. Not that just because you're married doesn't really mean too much, or if you're Republican, there's a a powerful core number of homosexual Republicans that support, just who knows, maybe for economic reasons or free market business purposes. They're hard workers and they believe that taxes should be kept to a minimum rather than just freely handing everything over to the feeding the communist agenda and the banksters. Who knows what their thoughts are exactly, why they vote Republican, but they're also many times just more. I often think of Jim Neighbors, the way Jim Neighbors carried himself. Not an overly, not that there's anything wrong. If you want to be a flamboyant, freak, queer sense of the word. Well, that's your choice, I guess, right? Let your freak flag fly. But then again, there's others, I wouldn't even say within that community, but just more just of that sexual persuasion, who they're more modest, you know, for whatever reason. So, and more, maybe more, just more private. And who knows? I really couldn't tell you what makes them tick exactly, but I think I've got more, I don't know, it's like I've got more respect for the quiet ones, I suppose, that aren't such drama queens. So, but once again, if that's the route that you choose, the path that you take, then, decisions. So, all right, let's see if we can queue up what we've got here in support of Red Dragon Herbs and Teas and the CannaSense Cannabis Collective. Of course, we're always on the lookout and the hunt for new supporters, sponsors of the show, not necessarily the news portion of things, rather the feature productions. And, if we get really fired up here at some point, manage to reckon it's worth our while, we could even relaunch Late Night in Korea. So, but as it is right now, Friday night feature shows are mostly what we're interested in potentially picking up sponsorship support for behalf of what we're doing over there on that end of things, anywhere between 3 to 4 times each and every month. Who do we got there? Wilco, I guess. Right on, Wilco. Some really great music those guys put together. No doubt about that. Unit 731. Why is it that we hear so much about the Nazis, but not Unit 731? Has anyone ever taken the time to look into Japan's Unit 731? Pretty reprehensible actions, some pretty reprehensible policies that they pursued. I wouldn't necessarily even leave it to the history books. There's a lot of investigative work that probably still needs to be done, connecting the dots when it comes to everything that has transpired throughout the not only the Second World War, but any chapter or period of history, whether modern or ancient. So, just my 2 cents, folks. And keep in mind, we are strictly here, in case you haven't picked up on this already, for cheap entertainment value and educational purposes. Nothing to do whatsoever with any attempt to present to you formal medical, financial, or legal advice. Just a general disclaimer I'd like to put out there. And that the views and opinions expressed on behalf of myself, the show's host, and our guests do not necessarily reflect those of either the wider listening audience nor the show's sponsors. Speaking of which, once again, Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, with any order $25 or more, you will immediately receive a 10% discount. Just let Ryan know one of 2 things, either simply Pirate Radio or Pirate Code. Meanwhile, over on the CannaSense Cannabis Collective front, 5813. 5813 is our general referral link number. Check out all the various wares that they have as part of what they offer. Be sure to get back to us as well. Let us know what you make of it. And, leave your reviews. So, don't touch that radio dial or computer mouse. Mateys, we'll be back here in just a few short minutes.
Medical cannabis is now legal by telemedicine. Get the medicine you need by getting reviewed for a medical cannabis card. Contactless appointments available at CannaSense.com. For as low as $39, you can get reviewed for a medical cannabis card. That's CannaSense.com for a licensed medical cannabis doctor review. CannaSense.com has all the information you need to get connected with a doctor for a $39 medical cannabis appointment. CannaSense.com. CannaSense is common sense.
Catering exclusively to the Des Moines, Iowa area and beyond. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas is a small, family-owned business dedicated to the creation of only the finest quality artisan herbal tea blends. Drawing upon many of the world's most richly established customs and traditions, Red Dragon Herb's mission is about more than just getting their products out to the market. They also strive to help educate their customers on the wider benefits, history, and folklore of all their plants. Of course, any seasoned pirate knows when they're fixin' to tango with the Kraken, you best be powered up with at least one of the finest select quality premium items freely offered via Red Dragon Herbs and Teas wide inventory. Choosing from any of their caffeine-free, headache relief, or rest and relaxation blends, history has proven their products among the best sources of scurvy prevention and vitamin supplementation. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief.
Bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas. We are back with the second part, final segment to this week's edition of World Pirate Radio News. I myself, your host, trusted companion to these high, often intrepid digital seas, Jaffe Ryder, via the southern portion of the Korean Peninsula is where we essentially call home, if you're not including the actual little pirate hideaway, offshore pirate hideaway we've established for ourselves via one of the more obscure coastal area locations. In the meantime, and yes, we've yet to talk about the Hyundai affair, so it's good that we've seen the this slide appear for us here one more time as a reminder of this story, which has been all the rage via South Korea. One government blaming the other, as you can imagine. The Korean government saying that it was the Americans who messed up with their paperwork, while Washington, D.C. claiming quite the opposite. And you got to keep in mind for people that have been following the ice raids on this Hyundai plant out of Georgia. There's still a little, not quite half the original employees are still working there. No problem whatsoever. All their paperwork is in order, but a significant proportion of the employees didn't get things straightened out, did not have things up, to the standards that they were required. They're being sent back to Korea, and I do believe we'll have the opportunity to return. Now, some of my students yesterday saying, "Oh, they're now going to have a criminal record." I don't know. I don't know if it's that cut and dried, really. That if that's how it's all going to shake down or shake out or play out. You would think, and this is one of the problems with the way governments function. They're just absurd and irrational. All too many instances. Look at the ostrich farm, the culling of these Canadian ostriches. Just ridiculous. Endlessly doubling down. Refusal to take a reasonable, talk the the worst possible way in trying to win hearts and minds. You gotta stop. Just how can you not stop and shake your head, ask yourself, what are they thinking? Who are they, and whose interests are they really representing? And how can they not, in all too many instances, be regarded as an enemy of the people? You shall know them by their fruits. Judging them by their actions. Like, what the hell are they thinking? What are they trying to do? The ostriches. Utterly ridiculous. Of course, they never can be wrong, can they? Some so very terribly hard-headed, stiff-necked. Nations from, anyways,
you, our listeners,
connect here
in order to make any difference here as far as upgrading, taking things up to that, to the next level as far as the show is concerned. So steady as she goes, as per the slogan that we have emblazoned on one of our newest T-shirts, courtesy of galacticfire.com. How that reads, steady as she goes. So we'll see who's available here this go round. I believe we've got Vinny back there one more time. We just opened the channel up for you, Vinny. And Mark, yeah. That's the only letter of the alphabet, Come on, man. Pirates are a little better, more educated than that, aren't they?
Shiver me timbers, lad.
All right. Well, that too. That works. So, hey, speaking of which, bloody hell, I forgot. We've got Talk Like a Pirate Day coming up, and we didn't. We don't have it booked in accordance with that all too critical date. So maybe we can work that a little more into the news. I think it's on September 18th, basically, which let's see what we're up against there as far as the calendar is concerned.
Next Friday. Not this Friday.
Actually, that'll be next week on Thursdays. What we're oh, I see. Talk Like a. Is it the 19th?
Well, let me see.
18th.
That's right. Do I have the days all wrong? Yeah,
guess
yeah, right.
maybe.
It should be.
I don't know.
Yes.
Could see 18th or 19th, pretty sure. So, but and we haven't got too much into. I'm not sure if you heard what I was kind of addressing earlier, but the ice raids, in Georgia, the Hyundai plant. That's big news here in Korea. We have kind of we did sort of tease our listeners a little bit, our audience members, that we would be presumably, addressing that and hashing that over to some degree. So I already covered it somewhat so before reconnecting with you here. Oh, more illegal Koreans being busted in Chicago? Okay, well, but do you know how many illegal Koreans are in America?
Yeah.
A lot more than what it seems most people are aware of, or perhaps in all too many instances willing to admit. And it's been that way for years. I've sort of been following this issue from the periphery, as you might imagine, as it applies to Canada as well. Let's not forget, although the government there is just a joke, of course, and they just it's like it's a free for all at this stage, frankly. The the rate of illegal immigration is unprecedented. It's completely off the charts. And you know the reason that is, I guess, don't you? Why they're allowing that? Anybody? Well, what do you think? Why would you, as a weak, lousy, incompetent government that has nothing better to offer than endless order out of chaos, uh, why would you allow open borders to exist? Unprotected open borders. Wow. Well, it's just it's through the I don't know about the Constitution. It's just the banking, with the debt, of course. It's all private bankers, right? And the interest that they're managing to cash in on. So and then the people pay. It's like they're left on the hook. Communitarianism and private public partnerships. Got a private public. The little people, they're not allowed to do these things, but big shots, we can get away with it. The private public partnerships. Yeah. So that's the way it. No, basically elections. Okay, elections. That's the key factor. But there's so much more, including the fraudulent banking system that they've had in place now for the over 100 years. Even like the federal income tax, just a temporary measure. It's just a
For the rich,
just a
right?
temporary measure. How do you mean?
Yeah.
How do you mean? What do you mean for the rich?
Well, they proposed it for the rich only in the beginning. Remember? That's how they pulled the bait switch, because eventually it became everyone.
Oh, the federal income tax.
Yeah.
Didn't know
But
that.
speaking of governments, did you hear that Nepal not only did they take their government away, just like France? I was reading in the notes, France dissolved their government. Well, Nepal also did, but they burned down their parliament buildings and they threw their politicians in a river.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, given the history of what Nepal has recently, been up against, what they've had to face. Their whole royal family was massacred a number of years ago by the royal prince. So I'm not sure where that left them, in a pretty weak position,
That's a good
presumably.
question.
But
Yes, I'm wondering. Yeah.
you're aware of the Maoist rebels that have been fighting, have been, armed, equipped, and supported to the hilt by Beijing, right? The Maoist mountain rebels.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to think, who benefits from
You always have to ask that question. That's correct.
well, I mean, when's the last time you saw a parliament burnt down, parliamentary houses burnt down to the ground, and all? I guess they got off pretty easy if they're thrown in the river. They were allowed to swim, weren't they? If they knew how to swim, is that right?
I believe so, but I have to see more examples.
Yeah.
I've only seen one, but
I heard about something in some big things, unfolding via Nepal. I didn't look into it all that closely. It's really interesting, though, that just last week, I met someone here who clearly did not look like a Korean. They were working in rewiring a local kind of community center where I have a part-time job, helping adult Koreans with their English, and looked at him and said, "You're not. Are you Korean? You're not Korean, are you?" And he's like, "No, in Nepal." I was like, "Oh," and then I just gave him a nice big namaste,
yeah.
and he immediately lit up, big grin on his face, and that was about it, I guess, pretty much. But there's another fellow I bump into here from time to time at one of the local kind of corner stores, and non-franchise independent deal, which you don't find too many of, it seems. But he's from Sri Lanka, Ceylon, I guess, but it's Sri Lanka is what they call it these days, and they're pretty Buddhistic as well. And he came in wearing a sari the other day. I've met him a few times now, and he's a really and they're very. Once you get them, you say just the right thing, you immediately see like a big smile on their face. They light up inside. It's really quite beautiful, really, the human spirit, the way it can manifest at times. So, joking around or just making light of things and making some small talk. But his name, actually, I think it's Chana, which I believe he was. I tease him about this. I've yet to fact check, but because this goes back some years. So you could look at this, Roger. This might interest you. Chana being, look up Buddha's charioteer or chariot driver, the one who escorted him outside of the palace. This is how the story goes, right? And then the Prince Siddhartha, he saw that because he led a very sheltered life. His father wanted him to grow up to be a strong, like a warrior. 'Cause there had been a prophecy made at the time of his birth that he would either be a warrior or some sort of holy man of some sort, like a Brahmin. And his father was like, "Oh God, we can't have him a Brahmin. So we'll provide him with all the earthly delights, possibly, women, wine, women's song, shelter him from the outside world where people are suffering and sick, getting old."
You're talking about Siddhartha, aren't you?
Yeah, the charioteer. Was it Chana? Jana?
He went by
What was his name?
It was Siddhartha's loyal servant. His name was Chana, and Chidaka was another one in Sanskrit.
Yeah, Chana. That's
Yeah.
right. So I tease this guy about. He's like, oh, that's the Buddha's charioteer. I don't think he kind of understands. Charioteer is not a great word to use. Like, so I do a little bit of play acting and start like whipping my horse, or
Huh.
we're using the reins, the reins of the horse, and that that's doesn't take much of that to get people, you know, a, feeling a little tickled pink. So he lights up with that sort of comment. But very friendly people, yeah, great. And yeah, Nepal, I'll have to look into that a little more. Although the more the backstory, folks, it's not only the Maoist Nepalese, the mountain rebels opposing who knows what, maybe the monarchy as well as the parliament. And you got to wonder, they say that the prince just lost his mind, just went totally insane, lost his mind and murdered his family. And then I'm not sure if this, as the story goes, turned the gun on himself. That could have been a staged event. Let's not forget, with who benefiting is anybody's guess. But see, and the thing about it too, it's not like I believe everything is a conspiracy, of course, right? Just the important things, So
But
it's not
you,
not everything, just only the important things.
you've heard about Buddha's tooth, don't you? Haven't you?
Down in Kandy,
Mhm.
Ceylon.
Yep. They've been
So,
they've been fighting over that tooth for forever.
yeah. Well, and you know that there was actually, so the story goes, when he died, his remains. It's really interesting because we received, so they say, that we have part of it that they discovered in this treasure that was hidden, occulted, all part of the apocalypse, folks. The great revealing time of revelation, whether through man-made, the technological means we have at our disposal now, or just the deeper investigation, people managing to connect the dots and see so much of what's been hidden. But there was nearly an ancient war was uh, just it came close to taking place back in the day, narrowly averted, I guess was what I was trying to say. It was quite narrowly averted when Buddha died because they wanted to divide his cremated remains. Like people, they were fighting over his cremated remains, and one of the reasons is because when you have a holy person, supposedly, that there's certain parts of their body that will crystallize. Like, I don't know if it's the bone crystallizes or what, probably something like that. And rainbows too, let's not forget, which is really interesting when you stop to reflect upon how when Queen Elizabeth died, say what you like of the woman, in all the awful things that her adversaries, the critics, have, said, that there was a double rainbow that appeared over Buckingham Palace right at the time of her passing. And, you could say coincidence, or you could say Operation Bluebeam, or, who
Or
knows what it,
transference of energy,
or pardon me?
or a transference of energy.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, she loved her country and her people, I do believe. Like she did not, she was not that out of touch. Like she might not thought much of the lower classes, like the real rabble rousers, right? Troublemakers and the working class, basically. But she understood, of course, like what it took to make a nation run and her importance, her place, her role as queen, and the broader Commonwealth. Like that was a pretty, like put yourself in her shoes or in the shoes of any of these other people. Although all too many of them, of course, they're the way that they're with their bloodlines and the psychopathic nature, just DNA, and the way they're conditioned through their schooling, raised as even the likes of, there's some stories people have, talked about regarding Barron Trump. Who knows, as an example, what's even to be made of what's he really like? He seems very, affable, charismatic, and easygoing or what have you. But there's some people you just wouldn't want to get on their bad side. That's for damn sure. So, but the Buddha, yeah, fighting over his these sacred relics and remains, the sati, these crystallized maybe bone fragments, I guess. But you can look this up if you want, folks. It's just spelled, I think, Sari. We have some of them here, close to where I live. It's a temple called Midaksa, or Midaksa-ji. And so what happened was, back in around, I think it was 2010, they were, maybe a little earlier, they were x-raying the original like stone pagoda, which was quite huge. It was a soktop, pretty sizable. A lot of it was collapsing and falling into disarray. I kind of liked it, actually, it wasn't too much of an eyesore. That's what they call it sometimes. Noon apayo, literally meaning my, eye hurting. It's an eyesore. Get rid of it. So, but yeah, right in the middle, hidden, buried away, hidden at the bottom of this stone pagoda, where it would be pretty hard to find. And the Japanese didn't, clearly, but they discovered it through X-raying of the site. And there was a small, a vessel, just a container, a vase, really, with some gold plates, and the story written in ancient Chinese, talking about this noblewoman's her history and her story, and the story of perhaps maybe her people and the king, and it changed history in a really pretty dramatic way. I guess I don't know much about it, and as far as particulars go, other than just to say they talk about, like, oh yeah, well, the history's settled, or oh, historical revisionism. Well, duh. I mean, come on. It's like, or scientific revisionism. Well, duh. That's the whole point. That's you endlessly, scientific studies and so-called conclusions, and that theories need to be revisited and reassessed. And maybe they remain fixed and in place for sometimes hundreds of years. But there's so often, have we not found, with history as well, historical claims and narratives that they change because of new discoveries, new revelations, and what greater time for that to be the case than this current period we find ourselves a part of, the metamodern apocalypse. Nothing to get too freaked out over, folks. Just it's a revealing, pulling back of the veil. Things that in the past were hidden now can be more clearly seen. It might freak out those who have something, they've got a there's a stake in it. They've got something to lose, basically, with the truth coming out. Yeah. So that could set off a whole chain of events that maybe a lot of us aren't prepared for. And I think that's partly what we saw with the corona apocalypse and even the war in the Ukraine, Gaza, God only knows what else.
Robert's in the chat room, so.
Who?
Robert Morningstar, he's in the chat room.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he just
Shit,
he
we never called him up. Ah, okay. Well, let's call him up and see what he's got to offer. So, let's get more into this. Just kind of double back, or I think our listeners might feel cheated. The Hyundai plant in Georgia, ICE raids, Koreans. What more can we really say? That's right. Although the Korean people here are being told only 300.
Really?
Interesting. Yeah. So, but I mean, look, I've got to have my paperwork straight here in Korea. I've got an F5. Got had to renew my passport recently, and things are all, I've got everything worked out for the next 10 years or so, and thank God I'm married to a Korean. Maybe they should find American wives. I don't know. Just, but once again, it's the blame game, which is something that Korea knows. I mean, if there's one thing Korea knows all too well, it's the blame game and pointing fingers, and gaslighting as well. So we don't see Robert. We're inviting him, but he doesn't seem to be responding. Maybe someone can type to him that he's got to pick up the call, or that we're trying to contact him, but he's not connecting with us here for whatever reason. Hey, now is that a real scene there out of Faulty Towers? Any other Faulty Towers fans in the audience? I don't recall ever seeing that one with the woman who worked there as the chambermaid type roles, what she played. They were actually married, her and John Cleese, at the time. So Polly, I think, was what her character's name.
Robert just left you a message. He said to tell you that he waited for the call, but he has another commitment in Montana at 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, I got. That's right. Yeah. So we weren't calling him in the first hour anyways. We always call him in the second because he's usually busy. So anyways, all right. Well, anything more than to, now you did say a little bit as far as there's a lot more illegal Koreans living, Korean prostitution is a pretty big deal from what I understand. In the West, there's a lot they've got going on there. Whereas what recently unfolded out of Georgia, it's mostly men that are, their lives are being impacted. But Korean prostitution, hell yeah. So I think this really sends a pretty clear message, though. What about the timing, though? Think about how Lee Jae-myung and Trump were just meeting in the White House the week prior, talking about touting all the business deals that they'd worked out, and
I don't know
what sort of impact.
I just don't trust Homeland Security. I never trusted them from the day after they set it up with the whole concerns over 9/11. It's a very, very suspicious organization. It always has been. So
the homelands will be protected, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
No more Reichstag fires, no more 9/11, yeah? We watch very close any suspicious activities.
Mm-hmm. And you go to look at their main page on the website, and it looks like freaking poster board for the SS. I mean, it's completely insane. Like, they should be responsible considering they're government institutions now. But it's like you go on there and they look like they're selling frickin' tickets to the frickin' Nazi frickin' Lollapalooza and shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh, I have to honestly, I haven't, tell you the truth, recently dropped by their page or any other high-profile government agency as of late. If I need them, I'll call them. Other than that, just
I had to do that when I was doing Untethered with Mark and Mr. Robot, and they both decided that it'd be good for me to actually start talking about all this trendy freaking politics. So I decided I was going to do it, and I mean, it was interesting. I haven't done it in a long time, but I didn't like the feeling. I hate today's politics. If that's what you want to call it, you can call it politics. I call it just garbage. Like ethno-national bullshit.
It's just mudslinging now. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Ethno-nationalism. What you mean? Like what is Israel has
exactly Israel's
practicing, and
no,
that's why the Nazis
Israel,
really kind of got along with them so well. You know, it's like you have your space, your Lebensraum.
You know,
your living space over there. We'll have ours. Keep the racial state. It's a place.
You turn the news on and it's about ethnic groups and freaking gender identity, dude. Come on, sir.
Well,
you know, come on.
But that's the identity politics agenda. I mean, you don't. Why get sucked into it? Don't fall for it. Don't take the bait.
That's my whole point, and that's all it is. I mean, it's not even politics. Like, it's not real. It's just garbage, you know, and we've got to just take it and turn it off. Don't get caught up in that shit. It's like everybody's talking about all this crap happening over in England, you know. It's like freaking. Why don't you look at England, all right, and how staunch they've been to their own people when it comes to regulations and laws, you know, and then whenever something serious happens, like the crap going on there now, they just fall apart. They you know, their police officers can't even handle the deal. It's like, I mean,
how about
this is England? You know what I mean? They're the ones that came up with police force. You know, the pill reforms.
They're the ones that also came Magna Carta.
Yeah. You know, and they can't handle freaking the situations that are going on in their own country. This is England, dude, you know?
Well, it used to be.
Well, it used to be, yeah.
I've got friends that left the country 25 years ago because they saw what was in the works.
It's crazy.
On the horizon. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can't even actually, they don't have even a good law enforcement. You know what I mean? And they're the ones that coined the whole thing where police officers should be seen. You know what I mean? They should be actively seen in public.
Bobby's on the beat.
Mm-hmm. And now it's a joke.
Why is that?
Well, look at, first of all, what's going on over there. And then second of all, look at the way they're doing things now. It's like they're all in squad cars. They're not walking the beat like they used to.
Probably if too worried about getting attacked by machete wielding maniacs. That you know,
job.
But you know, how many boats a day now making the channel run? Here's the thing. Let's start from the beginning, okay? And even like GNB News. You know, as much as you could say that, oh, well, the coverage they put together, it's, you know, it's worth, you know, listening to its quality analysis and so forth, that I've yet to hear them say the term or reference the Kalergi plan even once. Not one time. Sky News Australia, same thing. I'm not sure why that is, but one of the common denominators that they both have going on is that they're diehard pro-Israel supporters. They're totally unapologetic Zionist networks, and almost as if there's no other side to the story. Just a blind refusal to acknowledge the human suffering and misery and the carnage, just the human toll, which, truth be told, we're looking at 250,000 people now. There's so many people missing in Gaza, and most, of course, are women and children. I think, that's, I don't know, how can you dispute that? I don't think if you're an Israel or, IDF spokesperson, of course, they always have ways of trying
Well,
to
you're just an
manipulate.
anti-Semite, young man.
Well, that's an ad hominem attack is all that is. And so many people in the media, they're way more smarter than probably any of us here are. Not that should be intended, no one take that personally, but at the same time, they don't stay stop these people in the tracks saying, well, that's an ad hominem attack, is what you've got. And on top of that, the term itself is meaningless. It's actually, it's a kind of a lousy approach and strategy, actually, because when you take a few moments to deconstruct it, it's like anti what? And first of all, why need anyone be pro anything by default, like you required by law? And that's what America has got to now. They're trying to force and promote this false concept on people, because I guess maybe people have been so dumbed down and conditioned and programmed through the years that they don't stop to think and realize that actually the people of Gaza are Semites. In fact, they're indigenous Semites, as opposed to the interlopers, the European-based Ashkenazis. That's just a coincidence too, that Nazi business, right? Or not. But that they've been brought in from where they were, Eastern Europe and the Ukraine, the Khazarian mafia, to settle in Palestine, and under the Rothschilds, Lord Balfour's letter and declaration, as it's so often known, but over the, with the, really, it's the Rothschilds who largely have been the driving force behind the whole Zionist project, really completely nothing to do anything with religion, although that can be helpful. It can be very helpful when you're trying to promote a political agenda. If you can get the religious freaks on board, definitely. Theodore Herzl, not a religious man. He was an ethno-nationalist. He was a secularist as well, atheist, frankly. So, but with an ethno-nationalist agenda that he was working to help to promote and get off the ground, back in the day. Come on. Obviously, we live in a world of lies and absurdities, and I wouldn't get too, God grant us this. Oh, Sonia hates this one. Somebody grant us the serenity. Get the serenity from wherever it is we can call upon it. To God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. So because of just the endless insanity that and confusion throughout the world, going back, speaking of confusion, to the whole Semitic nonsense. It's like a bait and switch almost, isn't it, really? So most Semites are not Jewish. Well, most Zionists are not Jewish either. But a lot of people don't. It doesn't seem to register in their thick skulls because I don't know. They don't care. They haven't stopped to think about it. They just mindlessly repeat, absorb, regurgitate whatever it is that the dinosaur legacy media, the talking points that they have to offer, and leave it at that. So,
well, remember what I said before, right? Remember Tom Andreevich was caught trafficking in a trafficking sting in Vegas, right? He was one of 8 people, but he was the only one let go.
That was recently in the last couple of weeks. Is that right?
Right. So
okay.
And so if I were to accuse him of what he was like, held for him to tell me that I'm an anti-Semite in return is ludicrous.
Well, it was an underage
child trafficking sting. Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying. Well, how was it trafficking though? Like, wasn't he was trying to hook up with someone who online was it's like To Catch a Predator. Who is that?
Yeah, it was a decoy that stayed. They were 15 at the time.
What is that classic series that
one you always pick on me about with Hansen, To Catch a Predator?
Yeah, To Catch a Predator. You said it. Yep.
His last name is Hansen, isn't it?
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Oh, Chris Hansen. Okay, all right. I don't know if I
no, it's like when you take a look at that. Okay, I said this stuff back when P. Diddy was being put on trial, and they did the same thing with Epstein. They want to try to set precedent and say that it was like sex slavery and stuff like that, and it's what you're talking about right there. Like it was actually trying to solicit a teenager to have sex, or like that. It wasn't sex trafficking or any of this other stuff, but they wanted to set a precedent, and they knew damn well that was not going to freaking be prosecuted in court. That's why P. Diddy got off with 20 years. That means he only has to serve 10% of his time. He can get out in 2 years on good behavior.
There's more coming his way, though, apparently, too. I don't think the legal system, not to be confused with the justice system, two separate things, folks. Don't fall for it. Because the legal system, there's so little justice to any legal system that I've ever heard about or seen or known about whatsoever, that justice it's a pretty high, lofty principle that there's too little justice to any legal system that we have, unfortunately. But they're not finished with P. Diddy yet, it would seem, but also with this Israeli and here's another thing too, that as with the dancing Israelis under Michael Chertoff, who, if you ever put those two side by side, you ever notice the strange kind of spooky resemblance between him and Vladimir Lenin? Michael Chertoff, wow, it's
and Gollum.
Who? Oh, Golem?
Yeah,
don't know about that, but you mean
Golem? Really?
Lord of the Rings?
No, he's talking about the actual.
My precious.
He's talking Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. But whatever, that's fine if that's how you see it. It's okay. But Israel, I guess, is one of the few, if not the only, countries in the world that does not prosecute underage or sex trafficking in general, I think. And you know the reason for that? Why they don't prosecute sex trafficking?
I couldn't imagine what that would be.
Well, I can. I think I've heard some rumblings regarding these matters, some general assertions. The reason is because Israel, so the story goes, is the world's #1 sex trafficker on the planet. Look no further than Israel, man. Probably adrenochrome too, truth be told. And let's not forget about what the underneath the Knesset with all this the hanky panky, the sex abuse, and this is usually they abuse and target the goy. It seems the non-Jewish, the Gentile goy, who according to Talmudic teachings, and that's one of the reasons it's such an evil, horrific tradition.
That's a Bible, you goyim. How dare you?
Well, the Talmud is it's a rabbinical commentary and an analysis tradition, is it not? I'm pretty sure.
Well,
that's
yeah.
the case,
Well, I was going to mention their holy book says that you can have sex with children 3 years and 1 day of age.
But that's not the Torah.
That's the Talmud.
So that's the Talmud.
See, that's why you've got so many religious Jews. They don't support Israel, and they don't support the Talmud, and they're not lunatics or maniacs. They're not Sabbatean Jews either that have bought into and really probably been raised. So it's like, what choice do you have, right? Some have escaped and got out of it. These kind of satanic Jewish, the influence and spheres as they find themselves growing up and a product of, but it's horrific and it's terrible that the true Torah Jews. I mean, kudos to them. It's respect. They haven't inverted. They're not trying to go their way to turn everything on its head. As far as like most of us have a built-in, do we not, like a moral conscience and compass that when it comes to killing, lying, stealing, sexual immorality, getting too
Christians are just as bad, dude. I mean, I hear people talking all the time about how great Christianity is, dude. I've doing all the research I've done in history, I've found nothing but murder, bloodshed, and just destruction when it comes to the Christians. They're just as bad, if not worse. I mean, when it comes to these religions, that's the reason why I believe in spiritual principles, but I will not support any religion because that all they are their justification for murdering people who aren't the way you are, and that's all they are. If you want to justify killing somebody, just become somebody who's high up in one of the 4 or 5 religions, and you can do it. You're allowed to. Just pray to your God, and you're forgiven.
Right. Which religions?
Any of them. It doesn't matter.
Well, like which ones?
Buddhists, Hindu, freaking
Buddhists
Christians.
Buddhists aren't known for murdering people, are they?
They had a very, very bad situation happen between them and the Hindus in India for quite a long time.
When was this?
This was actually it started back during the 40s or the 50s, right? Whenever there's that Buddhist sect that tried to start a national movement.
1940s, 1950s?
Yes.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, let's hear more.
And then, like now, Buddhists are trying to say that Muslims are coming into India trying to kidnap their women or seduce their women
No,
into
no, no,
marrying them
no, no, no,
and
no.
having sex with them and kidnapping them and shit.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking Myanmar, not India.
You know,
Myanmar,
well, it's happening big time over there in that area.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, and they're making
Right.
claims like that.
Is it Myanmar, Bangladesh? No, no, no. It's not Bangladesh. What Myanmar, formerly known as what the hell do they call that? Ah, bloody hell! I should know. What was Myanmar? The original name, Myanmar. It's today known as Myanmar, right? You remember, like, oh God Almighty. Anyways, they don't tolerate the Muslim
Burma.
Burma. Thank you. Yeah, is it Myanmar today or it's
Yeah.
Myanmar today, formerly
Right.
Burma, but
Right.
they don't, and I support them as well, not with the skillful means. You see that you hear in Buddhism constantly, skillful means practical wisdom, skillful means practical wisdom. Well, when you have someone who is entering your country or your house, you don't have open borders, and you don't just freely allow anyone to come wandering or traipsing in. That's historically what's known as warfare and invasion from a foreign nation or foreign entity, a foreign tribe. And why we're seeing this embraced throughout the West, Canada, Australia, all of the Commonwealth, really, Europe as well, too. U.S. is the only counterexample, thank God, because of Trump. But once again, going back to why it is that they don't, not once, I challenge, and I think others should start challenging too. And, we do have an impact out here. When we started talking about the war on humanity, suddenly I find in social media, suddenly they catch on. Oh, yeah, it's the war on humanity. There were other examples, too, not just like with the kill shots, but there were other little things that we were going on about that finally, it's like you see, it's like, oh, they're gaining wider currency. Where did we first hear about these little catchphrases? It'll probably come to me by next week. I'll make a note of it. There's another big one, though, not just the war on humanity. So, but the Kalergi plan, the frickin' Kalergi plan. Not once have these jerks, GB News out of England, Britain, and Sky News Australia, I think, are they both Rupert Murdoch entities? Could be. They're both they're rabid pro-Israel, though, and just like ultra-Zionist. So,
well, speaking of that, I'm sure
not
you heard
once.
about the seven AFD candidates dying last week.
14 now, apparently, that region is like
Bloody
14. When's the last time you heard of 14 candidates in any is a national election just dropping dead? What would happen if we found that taking place in America or Canada during the course of wouldn't people be like, once is a mistake, twice a coincidence, 3 times?
Did they say what they died from?
No, they're covering it up. The cops,
they're pretty much covering it up. Yeah,
the
they're
cops
saying natural causes.
They're refusing. Yeah, they're refusing to report on it.
Well, Jaffe, you bring that up. Remember last year, 37 candidates died in Mexico to get Claudia Sheinbaum.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They were supporters of hers or opponents?
Opponents.
What? So from really? From the party that was challenging her candidates. Now
yeah.
Zane had a great point that he made last week. We got to take a look at the comments here before we wrap up. We've only got about 10 minutes or so from just kind of what I can see here, basically. But he talked about Carlos Slim, that Sheinbaum, she is Jewish, and she is an example, I guess, of someone who even though whether religious identity or ethnic identity, however, and she's probably Sephardic too, because that's the big influence down there in Mexico and the southern, and this all comes through the brethren of the coast. Let's not forget too. They were the Sephardics. They weren't the Ashkenazis. It was the Sephardics who really made inroads to the West from the beginning, the settlement and, development of the New World. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. It is up to our listeners to set me and our guest speakers straight here where we do stray. Not that are we? I hope that none of us are here intentionally to mislead anyone. Our reputation, of course. I mean, my reputation.
Well, yeah, that's funny, Jaffe. I got a comment this morning on the video that Trump put out about vaccines, and someone accused me of faking the video. Like I'd waste time doing that. It'd be so easy to figure out that I made up a video. I'm here to document stuff. I'm not here to make up news, right? I'm pretty sure like everyone else here.
What did they say regarding what video?
Where Trump is now questioning the efficacy of vaccines.
Oh, he's kind of shifting, taking a new tact. Well, he sees the writing on the wall. Same with Israel, I guess. According to Robert, what he shared with me in our conversation yesterday on the Morning Star Report, that a lot of these so-called Christian Zionists, they're coming to their senses, and it doesn't take much. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, it's just not only what would Jesus do, but what does your heart tell you? You're human, aren't you? We have this.
What are they supporting?
We have a human conscience.
It's insane.
Like, come on, ridiculous. You know what? And if it was the Israelis who were being murdered in those kind of numbers.
Oh, the tear jerking, right?
No,
yeah.
well, no. I would support I would have sympathy and support for them. Of course.
Well, yes, of course. But there's a lot of propaganda going exactly the other way,
Well, that's just, yeah. But I'm saying that it's a matter of principle. It doesn't matter who they are. It's a fact of, wait a minute, this is a David and Goliath scenario, situation that we're looking at here.
Well, I said it last week. I said it last week too, but like, just don't just include Israel. Freaking everything leads to England, dude. Everything.
Oh no! All roads lead to the Vatican.
Well, you can say the Vatican. You can say the Vatican all you want, man. But I know that one thing that South America and Israel has in common is freaking England.
Yes. Well, they're all working together. They're all powerful stakeholders and interests that play a part. And it's completely when people get caught up in these arguments, this divide and conquer, right? It's like, no, it's the Vatican. No, it's the it's the Jews. No, it's the Freemasons. No, it's like
what we need, Jaffe? We need for Toto to come pull the curtain back so everyone can actually see who's running things. That's what it is.
I guess, yeah, that would okay. That was Toto, his role in the Wizard of Oz.
He was a big hero. That's right.
I totally forgot about that, man. Thank you. That's really cool. So we are running out of time here. Before the teams decides to, as once again, so unceremoniously shut us down, galacticfire.com is, of course, our quiet lady of the evening. I'm not sure if that really sounds the way I'd like it to. She's the lady of our evening.
Thanks, Roger. Yeah, right.
She's our sexy lady of the evening.
Just sit there.
But no, I will say though, no, honestly though, Sonia, this is the best for whatever it's worth, this is the best you've looked.
What? Oh my gosh.
Yum yum.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying she looks
Yeah,
good.
baby.
Okay, how many? She looks 2, 3 beers. No wedding rings. Like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, hey.
Oh my gosh. Oh well, now I'm blushing again.
Okay. Yeah, not a whole 6-pack or a case, just 2 or 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You guys are crazy.
Get down to business. Get down to funky pirate business.
Funky pirate business, huh?
She's not our cabin boy. She's our galactic fire maiden. So, galacticfire.com. Anything else? This Friday, who do we got? And by the way, on the 27th, we got to reschedule. We have the mother-in-law's 80th birthday coming up. So take note of that. The 26th, rather. We've got to rebook and rework that. We'll talk more about that behind the scenes at some point here, okay? So, yeah. The wife just dropped this on me last night, but...
Technically, just a thought, guys, but it is an interview. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all you'd have
This Friday?
No, I mean, it lands on a Friday, right?
Yes.
I mean, you could do an interview and record it and just schedule it in.
No, we're going for
possibility.
Yeah, but another thing too, another possibility, the way we've been doing things here is that, well, whatever. Look, 1 week out of every month that has 5 weeks in it, we take off unless we get more donations coming our way, which to this point, unfortunately, it's dribs and drabs and nothing. Bob Dub, much appreciated. Many thanks to her for her Minds tokens. And there's been a few others that, it's been kind of sad and pathetic, actually. You would think that our audience members, I can't believe they're that poor. They'd be able to say, like, hey, we appreciate all the content we've been listening to over the years. Here's a virtual coffee or something, at least, So, or here, thanks. Hey, guess like what Alan did. We bought some of your merchandise. We got your T-shirt. We got your coffee mug, and we talked about this when friends come over.
Jeffy's Svetlana accidentally donated like a bunch of, I'm not even sure, like a firecracker. I don't even know what it was, but it totally like cleaned out her bank, everything she had in there, and on D-Light, that is. So there was like a glitch or something, and
I think we like glitches now, don't we? Did this work in our favor? I don't know. When did this happen? Just now?
Just a little while ago. It was just a little while ago, and the D-Light feed stopped as well. So I don't know what happened there. D-Light's having issues apparently. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
It's always been that way. I'm having issues with it all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so the Cants Project, Children Are Not Sex Toys, over on BitChute. That's Vinny.
And then GM No on Minds.
GM No on Minds. Roger Hansen, what the hell does he care? He's just Roger Hansen.
That's right.
Keep
the faith, man, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Life is sex, and it's good. So have sex, guys. Don't worry about it. Now I'm gonna put I can't put D-Live on it. Crashed. So I guess we're just gonna have to end this without an ending because he hasn't even gotten a live stream on YouTube either. So let me go through and double check real quick on D-Live, see for sure if his stream is actually off air. If it's not, I'll give his socials as an ending and we'll be done. That was abrupt. Just putting it out there. It was really abrupt. Yeah, he is done on D-Live too, so that means we are done with the live as well. So let me go ahead and tell you guys his socials. If you guys wish to check out the World Pirate Radio Network, World Pirate Radio News, you can check them out on or at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in Los Angeles, Vancouver, Seattle, and Baja. That would also be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in areas like New York, Toronto, Miami, Wednesday noon, Tokyo, and Seoul. You can check out your local listings to find out what time it is according to your time. Now, that's basically it. This was WPRPN show number 331, Tuesday, September the 9th, 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, make comments. I believe I put his links in. No, I didn't. YouTube has a strange thing where it doesn't allow you to put the links in, but you can get the links over on Rumble, where I am streaming also. So his links are in the in the description below the video. So check it out. It's got one for YouTube, and you can also hook up with him on lines.com at Pirate Radio Network at his news feeds that has all of his links. So with that being said, we are going to end tonight without any kind of cool ending that I usually add on with the show. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, like, subscribe, share, make comments on my channel as well. Especially make comments. I really do appreciate hearing from you guys. So let me know how you guys feel about the show, or just say hi, you know what I mean? So that being said, I'm going to shut this down, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night, morning, whatever. It's 12:45 in the morning for me, so